I still
Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, 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 bow.
Okay, I have a lot of things to say. First off, I walked in there and I was like, can I buy a mug? And they just gave that to me for free. God, I love Waffle House. Hello. I got like, I don't know how long into editing this video, and I didn't realize that I never said the intro. So, hello. You may not know me, but my name is Babila, and welcome to Things I Thought Of, this show where I talk about things that I thought of. If you're new here, you should turn on notifications, leave a like, leave a comment, all that good stuff, so you don't miss the complete and utter chaos that happens on this channel. I might need to eat some of this. Would you believe me if I told you that this was my second attempt at making a video about this today? Due to the nature of Waffle House's business model, is because the first time the battery on the camera just decided to die, so that was really cool. It's been such a great day. That's sarcasm. So I got myself hash browns. Those are delicious. Oh my gosh. I also got this really large coffee, which I don't think, I'm so sorry, this is so gross. I have a confession to make. So all the people that I told that I was born in Atlanta, that was a lie. That's mostly for the people that know me personally. And I know, because I know anytime anyone asks me, I always say Atlanta with literally so much pride. I currently live in a suburb of Dallas, and I know that anytime anyone asks me, hey, where are you from? And I say, oh, I'm from Dallas. Anyone who's from Dallas proper will be like, where in Dallas? And then likely the response that I get after that will be blank is not Dallas. This is funny because I very clearly didn't learn anything, because now it's time to reveal the truth. Man, these hash browns are so good. That's ridiculous. Okay, for real. Now it's time for me to reveal the truth. Also, the lighting here is only going to get better. It's very hot in my car right now. I was born in Athens, and I can hear the gasps of the people who are from Georgia when I say that, because for anyone who knows Georgia geography, most people are probably thinking, oh, Athens is maybe 30 minutes away. So no, Athens is a smooth hour and 30 minutes away from Atlanta. And I know Omaretta would be so mad at me.
Cali Paul, it's not Atlanta. Latonia, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Clayco, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Decatur, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Gwinnett, it's not Atlanta. Nope. Roswell, it's not Atlanta.
Because not only am I stating that blank is Atlanta, but she didn't even list Athens in the list of cities, because why would she? A town that's an hour and a half away from a main city is definitely not that city anymore. I also only lived there until I was 3, so there's not a ton that I remember. At one point in my life, I did live in Lawrenceville, which is, closer. It's unfortunate, but I am a fraud. But still, there's not a ton that I can really remember about living in the Atlanta area. I did go back a few times since then, though. But despite the fact that sometimes I disagree with the politics in the state of Georgia, I still have a lot of pride for that place. It was the first place I ever remember seeing snow. Georgia is one of those states whose influence stretches across the entire country and arguably the world. Man, these hash browns. We have Georgia to thank for so many things. The second round of stimulus checks, Andre 3000, Lil Baby, the best of the current age of babies, Ray Charles, David Cross, the never nude, Spike Lee, the unfortunate fan of the New York Knicks, Alan Jackson, Ludacris, and Lil Nas X. But most importantly, Waffle House. I still remember my first time having a Waffle House waffle. When most of my family was moving from Georgia to Texas, my dad and I made a trip back to Atlanta to help move my uncle over here. We were staying in his empty apartment, and it was just him, my dad, and I. No tables, man, these hash browns, golly. No tables, no chairs, just waffles and vibes. The first Waffle House location opened up Labor Day weekend in Avondale Estates, Georgia. The two founders, Joe Rogers and Tom Forkner, had an overall goal of creating a restaurant that ran around the clock, but also provided table service. Fun fact, 2% of all eggs that are used in the United States are used at Waffle Houses. There are a few commonalities that occur between every single Waffle House franchise. Oh, it's hot. There are a few commonalities that happen in every single Waffle House. Every location used to have a classic jukebox, but nowadays most of them you find this thing called a touch tune, which I guess serves the same purpose. They even have some of their own originals that have been released through Waffle Records. Those singles being They're Cooking Up My Order and Saturday Night at My Place. Every Waffle House is also open 24 hours, 7 days a week. Though it's not a unique thing, this business model has bred a lot of unique situations. Let's start with due to Waffle House's business model, it's become this strange magnet for a lot of unique occurrences. Okay, slowly but surely I'll be able to relax a little bit more because the sun is going down. You know, when I was initially writing the script for this, I thought that a lot of these occurrences were going to have something to do with the fact that, like, Waffle House is open 24 hours. But I'm realizing that I'm wrong. There's a Bon Appetit article that's out that's literally just 22 weird occurrences that have happened at Waffle House. Here are some of the highlights. Actually, before that, let's talk about Waffle House Wendy. The things that working at a Waffle House will do to you. The things that you will see. Stuff gets serious late at night, especially when, like, a lot of the bars have closed because, you know, people are drunk, people are hungry, and a lot of the options that are available for people are greatly diminished. For this woman, her employment at Waffle House gave her the powers of an anime protagonist. Like, she literally parried the chair. Like, y'all aren't listening. Like, she literally parried the chair. This is like a perfect shield. Like, the fluidity, the grace. I'm sure that if future me overlays the Fibonacci spiral, somehow the chair will follow the path. Okay, let's get into the highlights of the Bon Appetit article. In August of 2021, as patrons were minding their business in a Tampa, Florida Waffle House, which, if you live in Florida, that sounds like the devil's combination. You shouldn't A, be in Florida, and B, also be in a Waffle House. I feel like you need to choose. But anyway, the patrons were minding their business, and then all of a sudden an older man crashed his pickup truck into the side of the Waffle House. This is probably really obscure, but have you ever played Saints Row 2? If you're not familiar, Saints Row is a GTA-like game, and there's a cheat that you can input into the game called Evil Cars. Essentially what Evil Cars does is that it programs all of the cars in the game to mindlessly crash themselves into you. So that is what this feels like. that is the energy that this gives off. Also, when you heard all of that, what time did you think that this happened? Oh, wait. You're probably wrong because this happened at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. It was broad daylight. Look at this. There's a whole divot in the side of the building. It's as if God took the Waffle House and crushed it in his hands. Thankfully, nobody died, but imagine that. That's crazy. It's time for a hash brown break. In 2011, an air conditioner repairman took a trip to the roof of the Waffle House. In Augusta, Florida, this was a routine thing by, like, all accounts. Until he got up there and realized that someone was living there. Like, imagine this. You wake up, it's a cool May morning. You grab something resembling breakfast on your way out of the house, toast with some jam. It's all you have time for. You're a busy man. You take the normal way to work. Traffic is a little bad this morning. You're worried if you're gonna make it to work on time. You're sweating. It's getting close to clock-in time. You show up to work, you're about 5 minutes late. This is the 4th time in the past month and your boss is pissed. She chews you out for 10 minutes and tells you to get onto your next site. You grab your toolbox, hop in the company van. You can't keep living like this. Every day seems like the same dreary existence. This can't be all that life is. There has to be more out there than toast and jam every morning. And the off chance of being yelled at by your boss. You slowly pull into the lot, the yellow roof peering into the corner of your vision. As you walk in the front door, smells fill your nostrils. Fluffy waffles, the smell of griddle grease. The manager leads you to the back of the store where you see the ladder to reach the roof. Climbing up the ladder, you start to contemplate decisions you've made with your life. Why did you ever leave Delilah? She was so good to you. Once you reach the top of the ladder, the spring air fills your nostrils. You look down and you see a small shack, and it dawns on you. Oh shoot, someone lives here. We even have Waffle House to thank for the existence of Reddit as a platform. Maybe thank isn't the right word. Correction. Waffle House is to blame for the creation of Reddit. Alex Ohanian, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Alex Ohanian, the creator of Reddit, had just left an LSAT prep course when he decided to stop at a Waffle House. After reflecting for a bit, Ohanian realized that he would rather do anything but become a lawyer. This decision would be what would later lead to the creation of Reddit as a platform. Obviously there are more steps in there. But hey, I doubt Ohanian is the only person who has contemplated his life decisions while exiting a Waffle House. The lighting is evening out so much more now. I'm so thankful. So what is the Waffle House Index? So remember how about like 8 minutes ago I was like, Waffle House staying open 24 hours has led to some strange consequences. One of these strange consequences is the creation of the Waffle House Index. So across the United States, there's about 2,100 Waffle House locations. Now, because of the brand's commitment to the 24-hour model, even during natural disasters, the restaurant still commits to staying open. Because of this, you can look to the open status of Waffle House as an indication of the severity of a natural disaster. So essentially what FEMA will do is that they'll map out the locations of all the Waffle Houses in the area and then track their status. Yes, FEMA, the government organization. Green meaning that the restaurant is serving their full menu. That most likely means that damage is minimal. Go get your waffles, cowboy. As things get a little bit more serious, we move on to yellow. This indicates that the restaurant is operating off of a limited menu. This is often due to some kind of lack of ingredients or some kind of damage to the power grid. Finally, there's red, which means that the Waffle House is not operating at the time. This is a terrible sign. This most likely means that there's severe damage to the area and it's likely unsafe for some reason. You can look at relatively recent events as an example of this. When Hurricane Ian raged through Florida, I mentioned Florida twice in one video. FEMA recorded 35 different Waffle House locations closing. This index is also used as a way to measure if a community will be able to recover from a disaster. Depending on how fast the Waffle Houses get back up and running to their full capacity, it's an indication of how fast the community will be able to do the same. So yeah, did I just spend blank amount of minutes talking about Waffle House? Yes. Are these hash browns delicious? Yes. And I'm definitely still glad that it's a thing that I thought of. He's helping.